passion for yoga. So this is something that I'm not an expert in, but I hope you guys enjoy what we're going to do today. I have it scheduled for an hour. It might end up being closer to 45 minutes. I don't want to force any extra time at the end. If we're done, then we're done. But I'm going to go over and we're going to get started just in a yoga squat. So you're going to need a wall today. You're going to want you can start over there, Don. You're going to want your mat up against your wall. So I have mine long ways perpendicular to the wall. In the end is flush. If it's a little bit further away, that's okay. You don't need any props today. If you do have a yoga block or something like that, you're welcome to use that as a little bit more support. But find yourself at your wall. You're going to bring your feet to the outermost point on your mat and bring your hips low. We're going to start in just a yoga squat. Finding our breath and our balance. You might need to bring your feet a little bit closer to the wall. And I want you to try and sit up as tall as you can. Trust the wall is going to be there. And then you can just rest your arms. Might take a little bit to get into this position. To lean back against the wall and know that you have enough support and stability to hold yourself up. We're just going to relax here if you want to close your eyes. Allow yourself to feel grounded and supported. Find your breath. I want you to move today with intention. To move with intention, you need to link your breath to your movements. So as we move today, we're going to inhale and exhale as we go through different poses. Maybe your heels are off the ground here. Maybe they're flat on the ground. Trying to get comfortable though. So if you need to walk your feet forward to have that flat back and flat heels, you can. But we're going to bring it onto our bottom now. So place your feet in front of you, and we're just going to rock your knees from side to side. Maybe your feet are a little bit further apart. Maybe your feet are close together. Just opening up our hips, getting warm. Whatever range of motion you have right now will be a little bit different maybe by the end of today's wall yoga session. Bring your legs in now. We're going to cross them, and whatever's most comfortable for you. Bring your hips as close to that wall as you can so we have that neutral flat spine again. Just place your hands on your legs. Again, we're going to find that breath. Sometimes it takes a little bit to disconnect from everything going on in the world or all the things that you need to do. So we're really going to ease into today's practice. Take your right arm and place it behind your back. Might be a little uncomfortable to get there, but we're going to do a little bit of a shoulder opener, a nice light stretch. Maybe your hand goes up between your shoulder blades. Maybe your hand stays low on your low back, but try and press that elbow towards the wall. Allow that wall to be your line of what you're aiming for. Wall yoga is really good for alignment. You're going to see that as we move through today's practice. Take your right arm out and bring it up and over for a side bend. You can either place your left hand on your leg or the ground. Really feel that stretch throughout your right side. On an inhale, bring your both arms up to the sky. Reach up. Exhale, we're going to open to cactus arms. Try and keep those elbows close to the wall. Try and keep your hands on the wall as well. Extend them back up. Inhale. Exhale, pull them back down. Inhale, reach up. We're going to do one more here. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach up. Let's place our left arm behind our back now. You might find that your left side and your right side are just a little bit different in their flexibility and the movement that they allow. Be kind to your body. Don't force it. Try and keep that elbow pressed against the wall, just as your hand is. We're going to take two more inhales here, and then we're going to lean to the right for that side bend. On your next inhale, take your arm out inside, bend over to the right side. So left arm is up overhead. You can look up towards the sky if you want. You can try and bring that shoulder all the way against the wall, really opening up a little bit more, allowing the wall to be your line of balance. Bring both arms up to the sky, and just as before, we're going to follow 3 cactus, but follow your own breath now. So inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Really feel that pinch in that opening. Try and keep your hands on the wall. Follow one more on your own, and then we're going to make our way into table pose. So you can walk your hands forward, bring it to your hands and knees. And from here, we're going to follow just a few rounds of cat-cow. So on your cat, you're going to pull your navel into your spine, and then you're going to open your shoulders as you move into your cow. Tilting the hips, the pelvis, allowing movement in your back. This is so good for your back. Move at the pace that you need. Maybe you find a different variation here. Maybe you press back into child's pose and then up into cow, or a different movement. Tuck your toes under when you're ready. We're going to press back into downward dog. So during this point, you should have your heels up on your wall and your toes on the ground. This is more about the shoulders here than it is the legs. So if you want to pedal out, you can, but it's more so just finding that groundedness, that stability that we're creating, the strength that we're feeling through our upper body. Plant your feet on the floor, and let's walk our hands back to our feet. This is our first forward fold of today. We will do several of these. So go ahead and find movement that your body's asking for. Shift your hips side to side. Maybe you pick your hands up and you find yourself interlocking a little bit with a little more rocking, or you can grab and make a bind behind your legs. Lift up halfway with an inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms all the way up overhead. Inhale, exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Extend the arms up, Samasthiti. We're going to turn around now. We're going to face our wall, so find a good distance away. We are going to be folding in half with our arms against the wall, so you're going to need to back up just a little bit. We're going to do puppy dog, so placing your hands about hip level and opening up your shoulders. I want you to think about pulling your navel into your spine, so it's not so much about the back arch, it's more about the opening of the upper body. So we're going to call this puppy dog today. We're also going to do a forearm puppy dog, which you can probably guess is having your forearms on the wall in this same position. We're going to hold here for just a couple more breaths. Remember to find that inhale and the exhale. Maybe you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, that deep cleansing breath. Take your right hand and bring it to your left foot. Find a little bit of a twist. Maybe you peek underneath your right hand or your right arm. Place your right hand back on the wall, and let's follow the same on the left side. Left hand to right ankle. Reach as far as you can. Maybe your flexibility is a little bit higher, and you reach for your knee. Peek underneath that armpit. Place both hands back on the wall, and we're going to go into that forward fold. Hands to the floor, forward fold. You want to have sweet knees, so a little soft bend in those knees. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Arms up. Samasthiti. We're going to reach those arms back up. And this time we're going to take a side bend to the right. So bind those hands, You can always take your arm and slide it down your leg. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, fold over, lean over to the left side. Always bring the arm down the leg. You want to have your gaze up towards your right arm. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward. I want you to take just a few steps forward as we're going to go into a forearm puppy dog. So coming to your wall, placing your forearms on the wall. So now you want your elbows in line with your hips. Finding that puppy dog position again. You can have a slight bend in your knees, allowing for those sweet knees. And just as we did before, we're now going to take our right arm to our right hand to our left knee. Find a little bit of that peak underneath. You might feel more of a stretch in your upper body now, throughout your back and your shoulder, just because we're in a different position. Be kind to your body, don't force. Take that right arm back to the wall. Find yourself in that neutral spine. So engage your core a little bit by pulling your navel to your spine. And then when you're ready and you have that position, take your left hand to your right knee. On your next inhale, place your arm back on that wall to that forearm puppy dog. Inhale here, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise, arms reach tall. Samasthiti. Let's put our hands together behind us, opening up our shoulders. Slight bend in the knees, and we're going to fold forward, opening up our shoulders. I'm going to turn this way just so you guys can see a little bit better. Try and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Release the hands, place them on the ground. We're going to root to rise one more time, and this time we're going to come close to our wall. So I like to start facing my wall. I place my left arm out, and we're going to turn to the right. So allow your hand to drag on the wall. We're going to open up that shoulder. Try and keep as much of your arm flat on the wall as possible. We're going to stretch into those pectorals. These tend to be muscles that are a little bit more difficult to target in our everyday stretching, but by using a wall, we're able to really get in there. These muscles tend to be a lot tighter too, because with everything we do in life, we're very forward doing things on a computer or on our phones or walking forward, all kinds of things. Take your right hand and I want you to place it behind your back. See if you can twist a little further. See if you can touch your right hand to the wall. Opening up that chest. Release your arms, and I want you to step your right foot back. So we're now going into more of a runner's lunge position. You can place your left hand on the inside of your right foot, and we're going to open up to the sky. So you should be right up against that wall. So my left foot is right against the wall. My right foot is a little bit away. My hand is on the inside of my foot, and I'm opening up. This is a great one because now I can see, are my hips out of line? Am I leaning and pushing against the wall? If you're struggling with balance here, you can always move your foot a little bit further away. Look up towards that hand. We're going to take 2 more inhales here. Step that right foot back to meet the left. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale, release. And inhale, root to rise. You can reach those arms up. In Samasthiti. We're now going to turn and face the other way. Again, I like to start with my toes close. You're going to place your right arm out and just start turning away to the point until it's a little bit too much. Maybe you can turn so you're a quarter turn. Maybe you can do a little bit more, maybe a little less. Everyone's going to be at a different place. When you're ready, you can take your left hand and place it behind your back. Aim to touch that wall. If you're not, it's okay. Opening up the chest here. Trying to keep as much of that right arm on the wall as you can. Take 2 more breaths here, and then just as before, but we're going to do it on the other side, we'll step our left foot back. So bring your arms down. Step that left foot back. You want to have your right foot as close to that wall as possible. I'm going to take my right hand and place it on the inside of my right foot, and then bring your left arm up to the sky. See if your hips are aligned. Keep yourself straight, looking up towards that left hand. Find your breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Place that left hand back on the ground. Allow your left foot to meet your right into that forward fold. We're now working our way into more of a standing poses. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, root to rise. Arms up and Samasthiti. We're now going to face our wall. You're going to need a little bit of distance. If you're not sure how much distance, you can place your foot out and see how close or far you are. We're going to start by lifting our right leg up into our chest. You can flex that foot, allow more of a contraction between your legs. Find your balance and stability. Looking at one place usually tends to help you find that balance. Straighten that right leg and place it on your wall. You're going to feel a little bit of tension throughout your hamstrings. You can always bend that leg a little bit. You can always reach your arms up, more so for a tree pose, an extended tree pose. Go ahead and bend that leg back into your chest. And now take your right leg, extend it back. We're going into Warrior 3. Reaching forward for that wall for balance. Still staying stabilized on our left leg. You can always remove your hands from the wall and bring them to heart center, or place them on the floor, or you can continue holding that wall. My balance is a little all over today. Now we're going to step back into Warrior 1. So staying on your front leg, slight turn of the back leg, and reach up. Your toes are pointing more of on an angle from your back foot. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your feet to meet each other into Sukhasana. Hands are going to come to heart center. Take your right elbow and bring it on the outside of your left knee for that forward twist. Look up to the sky. Inhale, back to heart center. We're going to reach up. Exhale, pull those hands in. Left elbow hooked on the outside of your right knee. Inhale, reach up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. And we're going to bring our left leg up to our chest. Find that balance. We're now moving into the other side, and we'll follow the flow over here. Working our balance and stability here on the other side. Extend that leg, left leg extended to the wall. Plant that foot. You can always have a bend in your front leg. Try and get that foot as high as you can. Maybe it's in line with your hip. Maybe it's a little bit lower. If you want to lift your arms up into an extended tree pose. Bring your leg back in, bend. Bend your left leg, holding it high. We're now going to go into Warrior 3. So you're going to tilt at your hips, extend and push your left leg behind you, and lean forward. The leg you're standing on can either stay straight or it can be slightly bent. You can move your hands to heart center and find balance, or you can place your hands on the ground. We're going to hold here for just a few breaths. We'll inhale here, and exhale, push back into warrior one. Back foot is slightly turned out, arms are pressed up, open your chest. Today is a slower flow, so you should be able to feel grounded, focusing on your balance. On your next inhale, bring your 2 feet together, allow your left foot to meet your right. Utkatasana. Pull the hands to heart center. We're now going to take our left elbow to our right knee. So going the opposite direction first, looking up to the sky. When we look up, up is considered optimistic, down is considered stuck. So in yoga, a lot of times you find yourself looking up. Next, inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Right elbow over left knee. I know those legs are feeling it just a little bit longer. Keep holding. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. We're now going to come up to root to rise, and we're going to move through this flow just one more time on each leg, but a little bit quicker. So inhale, right leg to chest. Go ahead and bend. Exhale, extend to the wall. Inhale, pull it back in. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, step back to warrior one. Back foot slightly turned out. Exhale, pull in, Utkatasana. Inhale, bring your arms to heart center. We're going to take our right elbow over our left knee. Twist. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, left side. Left arm over right knee. Inhale, reach back up and forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, root to rise. And now we're going to lift up our left leg. So following through on the other side. Shift your weight to the right. Left leg lifts. Inhale, extend your leg to the wall. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, lean back. We're going into warrior three. All right, inhale. Place that foot behind you. Root and ground into warrior one. Inhale here and exhale, pull in, Utkatasana. We're going to take our left arm over our right leg for that twist. Twisting to our right first. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach up one last time and forward fold. Lift up halfway, fold in. We're now going to plant those hands and bring it to our bottom. The rest of our flow is going to be on our back with our feet up the wall. So I want you to get as close to that wall as you can. So maybe you have to shift your hips closer, pick your bottom up to get there. So when you're ready, we're just going to lay here, and we're going to flex our feet. Flex your feet as hard as you can. Pull those toes towards your body. Let's go ahead and point one foot. So one foot's pointed, one foot's flexed. Switch. Switch. Let's switch again. Go ahead and follow a few more on your own. Maybe you want to draw circles with your feet, allowing your joints to move in every direction that they choose. We're going to take our right leg and place it on the inside of our left thigh. So right leg, right foot on the inside of our left thigh. Go ahead and press that right knee towards the wall. You might feel your hips are now a little uneven. Your left hip may have come off the wall. Think about keep pressing everything into the wall. It allows you to find that neutral spine, neutral hips. Bring your right leg into the center, give it a squeeze, and extend your right leg back up. We're now going to follow the same on the left, so bring your left leg into center. Place your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Thinking about keeping those hips neutral still. Allow the wall to be your guide. The wall is giving you feedback. Bring your left leg into center, give it a squeeze, and extend those legs up. We're now going to bring the balls or the soles of our feet together and move into a butterfly. Your hips will come off the wall here just because of the position. Go ahead and get the feet into a comfortable spot for you, and then press those knees against the wall. Or as close as you can, really opening up our hips now. We opened up our upper body. Then we stretched out our hamstrings pretty well. We worked on balance. And now we're going to go into our hips. Our hips tend to be something that we neglect, and we take advantage of them. We abuse our hips. All the walking and the movements that we do throughout our day. Bring both legs into center now, give them a squeeze, and then you already know we're going to extend those legs back up, but this time we're just going to go about halfway. Feet are going to be about shoulder distance, so your feet should still be planted, and we're going to shift those knees from side to side. So we did this earlier, but our back was against the wall and our feet were on the floor, so now we're just doing it a little bit different, same but different. You might find that your hips move a little bit easier now than they did earlier. Let's extend our feet back up the wall. Maybe you need to shift your hips back towards the wall. I know I do. And we're going to take our right ankle over our left thigh. So for some people, this might be just enough. You can push your knee open. For others, you might want to bend the leg that's on the wall and then push it open. This gets very intense of a stretch, it can be, into your glutes. So listen to what your body is allowing you to do and what your body needs. Remember to breathe through this. If you bent that left leg, go ahead and straighten your left leg and then bring your right foot to meet the left. We're now going to follow the same pattern on the left side. So left leg, left ankle over right thigh. Go ahead and bend your right leg. You can place your arm or your elbow on your left knee to open up that side. It's okay if your hips are off the wall a little bit for this one. As long as you're feeling that stretch into your hips, deep into your hips. Usually you feel this into your glutes. Pretty good. If you bent your right leg, go ahead and straighten your right leg and allow your left foot to meet your right. We're now going to go into happy baby. So bring your hands onto the outside of your feet. Knees are going to go pulled close to the ground. And you can rock side to side, maybe forward and back. Maybe you pull both legs to the ground. This is more so just an opportunity for you to roll out your back, but also to all the stretching we just did through our hips. Allow your body to move in the way that it wants to here. Maybe your feet are still on the wall and you're in that happy baby. That's okay. Whatever your body's asking for. When you're ready, extend those feet up the wall again and then open up for a straddle. Go as low as your body will allow. Maybe your feet are higher, maybe your feet are lower. You can always place your hands, I always say around your knee joint. Your knee is a joint that you want to protect, especially as we start to get older. So if you want to place your hands by your knees, you'll allow a little bit more support. I place mine just above my knees. You can inchworm or inch walk your heels down the wall if you want more of a stretch. You can reach a little bit lower. We're going to hang out here for a little bit, so I challenge you to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Allow yourself to think about your breath more so than the movement that you're sitting in. Allow gravity to do its job and pull your legs down. Try to relax. Let's just take 3 more breaths. In through your nose, we'll do them together. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Maybe for this one, you need to just bring one leg over to meet the other. That's fine. We're actually going to scooch away from the wall just a little bit. And we're going to go into a lower body twist. So your arms are going to come out to a T. Maybe you want to hug your legs first. Let's hug your legs first. That was an intense stretch. All right, now we'll bring our arms out to a T and bring your knees to the right, and you'll turn your chin to the left. Pull your knees back to center, give them another squeeze, and you're going to turn the opposite direction. So let your knees fall over to the left and chin turns to the right. One more time, let's give our legs the biggest squeeze. And I'm going to give you options for Savasana. You can either sit with your feet up against the wall, like we have been. You can sit in a yoga squat, like we started, or you can lay flat on your back. I'm going to choose to go into a yoga squat, but you can choose however you would like today. So we're now back, if you go into that yoga squat, we're now back how we started. Your joints and your body may have a little bit more movement and flexibility. Utilize that wall to hold you up. Maybe if you're on your back in Savasana, your heels are pressing into that wall, so you still feel that grounded stability from the wall. In our yoga squat, we have our back, and in our feet up, we have our whole leg, including our hips to our heels. During this part of practice, you want to feel connected. You want to feel grounded. You want to feel a sense of gratitude for the time that you spent for yourself today. You put yourself first, took the time out of your day to allow yourself to experiencing something that your body needed. Maybe you didn't know your body needed this. We're going to start wiggling our toes and our fingers, rolling your wrists. Maybe you turn your head from side to side. No matter what pose you're in, you're able to do some of this. We're going to all take a big inhale together and exhale. One more big inhale and exhale. Lion's breath. Go ahead and roll onto your side or come to a seated position if you were in a yoga squat. If you're on your side, push yourself up into a seated position. the light and love in me humbly bows to the light and love in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for all of you joining me, whether we're on YouTube later, Facebook later watching, or we did it live on Facebook or Instagram or Zoom. We do community days like this all the time. Our next one is going to be an outdoor workout, so stay tuned on our Facebook and Instagram pages. You can also check our email for it. But we'll be back on for live workouts this week. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, I would love to hear it. Thank you for joining us for our first wall yoga session. Bye, guys.